near post. Turned away there by Brian Grant. It'll be another corner kick to Rangers. Now some problems behind the goal there. Fans being released there. There's a fence around the stadium, but gates there to allow fans to be released. And there's one fan who won't see much more of the match. Corner kick taken by Trevor Stephen, and that's behind for the goal kick. Well, totally relentless action once again in the Scottish Cup final. And Aberdeen will have to regroup themselves. They've clearly been rattled by that penalty award.
Well, I'm sure that, I mean, they were mentally stunned by that, and Rangers almost caught them on the hop, and it was a great move, a great combined move by McCoy and Johnson. They almost got another one. But the Aberdeen boys have got to, get their act together again, concentrate on the match, and don't lose another goal, certainly not before half-time, that's for sure.
Walters lays it back. Here's Wilkins. Now Stuart Monroe. Stephen to Wilkins. Walters playing the first time cross. McLeish with an accurate clearance, picking up Mason on the right. Rangers picking up all the loose balls at the moment. Here's Monroe. Running straight into Grant. Picked up by Nicholas. In the middle of the field is Bett. Very quick with the ball at his feet, Jim Bett. Look at this. Here's Jess. Stepping away from Ferguson. Over on the far side is Mason. Taking on Monroe, linking with Nicholas. Good play from Aberdeen. Down goes Mason. And the referee's given a goal kick this time. And Aberdeen, of course, now looking for a penalty kick when any of their players go down in the box. Here was Paul Mason playing it inside to Nicholas. Now Mason didn't quite control the ball correctly. And he did certainly seem to be hustled there by Stuart Monroe. And that certainly might have been as good an award as the last one.
Well, if you're going to give a penalty for Rangers, you've got to give one for Aberdeen for that.
So there's Robertson lofting it forward. Mason gives chase. Well, an ungainly clearance there by Stuart Monroe. So 5 minutes remaining in a hectic first half. The score still level at 1 goal apiece. Here's Jess. He was held there. The jersey was held by Gough. Free kick to Aberdeen. They've already shown how dangerous they are from these set pieces around the box. Another opportunity presents itself now, and Willie Miller is there to take advantage with Alec McLeish. McLeish marked by Butcher. Right to the far post it goes, and Gough helps it on. Here's David Robertson. Well, they appear to be caught in two minds there, whether to let that ball run and accept a throw or keep it in play. In the end, they gave possession to Rangers. Bit of pushing there, and a free kick to Rangers. Richard Gough with the free kick. Well won by Robertson. Nicholas playing into space. The first player there is McKimmie, despite being fouled there all the way by Walters. There'll be trouble here for Walters. Well, McKimmie looked to be more alert. He was sharper to the ball. And then Walters tried to equalise things with this foul, using his right arm principally to give that free kick. And the booking it will be of Mark Walters. A long lecture there, and Mark Walters still has plenty to say, perhaps suggesting it's his first foul of the match, but nevertheless he's booked. So McLeish now with this free kick. That goes Robertson. Gough heading clear. Brian Grant is there. Controlled there by Ian Jess. He's on the turn. Rangers defenders appealing for handball. But Jess certainly doesn't look out of place in this company, that's for sure. Controlling the ball there, turning, looking for the shooting chance, keeping it low and just wide of the post. Looking for space, showing good awareness there. He knew where the goal was, just missed the target. A free kick against Alec McLeish for the challenge on Johnston. Goff with the free kick. McLeish winning it in commanding fashion. Back with Gary Stevens. The face of the crossbar. What an incredible shot that was from Stevens. Rangers still pressing forward toward the half-time whistle, looking for the lead. Willie Miller's header. There's McKimmie. Mason inside for Grant. Grant still holding possession up for Mason. Down goes Mason. The culprit was Walters. Booked a moment ago and guilty of a rash tackle there, but how close Rangers came with that incredible effort from Gary Stevens. Look at this. The speed beat Snelders. It came right off the face of the crossbar and came right out to the 18-yard line. Well, Richard Goff is injured. And back with the free kick to Aberdeen for the foul committed by Mark Walters. Richard Goff getting treatment. And referee Smith scarcely has had to work harder than he has in the last 45 minutes. Still listening to complaints, I think, from Goff and Butcher.
Well, what a game it's turning out to be, Jock. I mean, already we've had a goal apiece. We've had Rangers hitting the bar twice, Mo Johnson and Gary Stevens. I mean, there was tremendous power in this shot. Look at that, he must be all of 30 yards. Dear me. But let's not forget, of course, that Aberdeen hit the woodwork as well at the other end. So, I mean, we've had plenty of goalmouth action.
Richard Goff with some damage right on the forehead there, where he will do most of his heading. So that could be a problem. Might need some protection at half-time. So Phil Boersma, the Rangers trainer, still on the field. And he is now being spoken to also by referee Smith. He's being invited to leave with some alacrity. So we're now into time added on for stoppages at the end of this incredible first half. There's Alec McLeish with a free kick. Now Connor. Robertson had gone forward to use his ability in the air. That's gone straight through to Woods. Well, we really wondered if the last two finals could be emulated this afternoon, but it looks very much as though we're seeing a third in succession. Similar interest, entertainment and quality. There's David Robertson. Headed by Miller. There's Ferguson looking for Walters. A stumble there as he went for the ball with McKimmie. Here's Paul Mason. Butcher intercepts easily. That pass intended for Nicholas. In goes Willie Miller. But the half-time whistle has gone before that challenge was made. Rangers and Aberdeen tied at one apiece, and we'll be right back after this break.
Imagine the English trying to improve the ultimate service for the Flying Scot.
Right, improvements.
Punctuality. Go!
Pathetic.
And for the night service, sir?
Can we at least try to make the poor devils more comfortable?
Real sheepskin, sir. A little tricky at first, but...
Poppycock. Watch and learn. Punctual. All-weather landing. Excellent service.
Diamond service. Only from British Midland.
I told you he wouldn't like the dog.
Get on the ball with the Daily Record. Read Alec Cameron's big match report tomorrow in the paper that's Scotland's #1. Don't miss Cameron's candid comments, only in tomorrow's Daily Record.
For certain individuals, there's only one way to go.
The Ibiza from Seat.
Go your own way.
Meticulous German engineering.
Go your own way.
Extra high-tech spec. All from £5,099. The Ibiza. Go your own way.
Go your own way.
Seat. Volkswagen Group.
Cousin Wilna had a windfall.
Rich! I'm rich!
And of course she wanted to make the most of it, so we agreed to help. We said yes to a current account that pays interest.
I think I'll take it.
We said yes to a unit trust with an income.
I'll take it.
And we said yes to a bond for growth.
5 dozen, please.
Currently, we manage over £1.5 billion worth of unit trusts and help nearly 3 million savers, more in fact than any other bank. If you want to make the most of your money, the answer's TESB.
All you can say.
When you're looking for an ideal central heating system for your home, whether you live here, there, or anywhere, it has to be White Meter Heating. And if you make it snappy, you can get great savings now at SSEB, with a choice of free installation on the one hand or £15 off each heater on the other. And there's nothing to pay until next March. And make a point of asking about our other special money-saving offers when you choose all-round comfort and all-round savings with White Meter Heating at SSEB now.
There's always an alternative. This is a rule. To prove it, here's alternative breakdancing.
Here's the alternative zebra crossing.
Here's the alternative portable hi-fi.
And here is the exception.
Before he went away, the governor, he said, Julio, every Englishman's home is his castle. He said, you can't be too careful. There are a lot of villains about. So he called a man from Everett. Oh, and they come and fit these new high-security double glazings. But one thing I don't understand. The governor, he have this beautiful villa here. So why he take his holidays in this Penton villa?
Fit the best. Everest.
Well, welcome back to Hampden Park. 1-1 at half-time. Andy Gray and I are literally out of breath. What a first half, Andy.
Well, we wondered if they could do it again, and by heck, they're certainly serving up another showpiece here. Magnificent stuff. And yet both teams have scored when the other team was in top. And
Sure.
Rangers started for 20 minutes as if they were going to steamroller Aberdeen, and Aberdeen got the goal, kept in control of the game for 10 minutes, and then Rangers scored when Aberdeen had control of the game. But it's been fabulous stuff from
Well,
start to
let's
finish.
look at some of the key incidents then from the first half, Andy. Obviously, Mo Johnson, a terrific first half he put in, and this header here.
He gets up at the corner at the back post for a free header, Morris, and I think the angle was probably a bit too tight for him there. But I mean, Aberdeen would certainly question their marking here. I mean, you see, he swings over a good ball, a very difficult angle. I mean, perhaps he's thinking in hindsight, he maybe could have knocked it back across the face of the goal.
And of course, what did Aberdeen do, Andy? They go up the other end of the park and score.
We were just saying, actually, that when they got the free kick as well, Jim, it looked like they made a bit of a hash of it, but Robert Connor, very alert. And I think Chris Woods, you know...
Questions got to be asked about his
critical,
position.
yeah, I think it's one of them. If Chris had stayed on his line, he probably would have picked a header up, no problem. But full marks to Paul Mason. We mentioned him earlier on, before the game started, and he gets a great little header in there, and Chris Woods caught in no man's land.
There it is again. Yeah. I mean, Connor did well, playing it in as quickly as he could, but Chris Wood, certainly questions must be asked there.
Definitely.
So 1-0 at that stage, and the Dons came to life then, because they really took the game to Rangers. But Rangers, of course, up the other end, and they got the penalty kick award. Now, obviously, Willie Miller extremely displeased about this.
We didn't have a very good view of it. I mean, I didn't think at the time it was a penalty. Nothing I've seen there makes me think it was a penalty. And I think we can see there why Aberdeen was so incensed. I mean, Ali's done what all strikers should do, is back in, try and get the ball down. And Willie's just stopped him getting the goal. It looks like Ali's gone over. But these are the kind of things that change cup finals. And cool as you like, Matt Waters has stuck it in. But I think you could see, and it upset Aberdeen, that decision, and for 10 minutes they looked as if they were very, very rattled. But you know, it's a decision. The referee, to be totally honest, hasn't impressed me at all today, Jimmy. I think he's been very nervy. I mean, the Saint mentioned it during the game. He's thought he was a bit picky.
Jock Brown was critical of the referee there, certainly, Andy. But then, obviously, another tremendous moment came up when Mo Johnson had that terrific shot, which came off the crossbar. I mean, he has had a terrific first half, hasn't he?
McCoist does ever so well here and turns Alec McLeish 2 or 3 times, lays it off there. Morris must think that's gone in, and cannons off the crossbar. Chance for Gary Stevens well blocked. But I mean, that was a great move. I mean, the two front men for Rangers have worked tremendously hard, and it's full credit to the back two at Aberdeen that they've kept him under the shot.
Terrific first half. Join us again for the second half in just a few moments.
Life is full of decisions, some of the head, some of the heart. Take your next car. Will it have a catalytic converter that removes 95% of pollutants? Will it be clean yet lose nothing in performance? Will it have all this at no extra cost? In short, will it be one of the new generation of Audis? Vorsprung durch Technik, as both your head and your heart would say.
Every year, hundreds of thousands of car engines wear out prematurely. And every year, a contributory cause can be the choice of oil. Esso Superlube Plus helps keep an engine running smoothly through thick and thin, constantly protecting the engine against the final day of reckoning. Esso Superlube Plus. No other oil does more to keep your engine running the way it should.
With the C.R. Smith Homemaker plan, there's nothing to pay for 5 months. And if you order now, you can get a massive 50% off. But you must free phone C.R. Smith before October 31st.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, you could say that.
You've lost weight.
Well, you know what these health farms are like?
Get it. This is all very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to be my old local.
Looks much better. Come on. Let's celebrate your return to society.
Champers?
Oh, no. I'm talking real class. McEwen's exports. Some things don't change.
You must be joking. This is the first drink you've ever bought me.
McEwen's Export. It's class in a glass.
Welcome back to Hampden Park. 1-1, of course, a half-time score. Andy, the last chance of the first half fell to Rangers, but if you could call it a chance, I mean, a terrific strike from Gary Stevens, wasn't it?
Tremendous. It must have been all of 30 yards. He's got his head down, he's thought, I'll have that. I mean, look what it's bounced back out. It's Terry Brooks had to leap about 6 feet in the air at the 18-yard line. But that, to beat Theo Snelders,
who's a
so
big boy,
completely, who's a huge lad from that range, it must have been a hell of a shot.
OK, I mean, the big question, how do you see it going in the second half?
I think it went much the same. I mean, I think Rangers have dominated in general, but Aberdeen, I'm sure, have decided that they'll soak up as much pressure as they can because that's their strength in defence, and they'll look to catch Rangers on the break with the pace of Jim Bett, Paul Mason and the young lad Jess. I'm sure it'll be more of the same, and if we have more of the same excitement, we'll all be well happy.
OK, Andy, well, let's now go to Ian St John, who's up in the commentary position with Jock Brown. Ian, your impressions of the first half there?
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it, Jim. After a sort of, you know, edgy first 10 minutes, which is always the case anyway, both teams sort of just fencing a little bit. But the game warmed up. I thought there was lots of incidents to discuss, obviously. The penalty kick, I'm glad to hear that Andy agrees with us. So he will get some of the hate mail as well. But I think I'm looking forward to a very good second half because I think the game's so evenly balanced. Not just because it's 1-1. I think in terms of the ability of both sides, it's very evenly balanced. And to tell you the truth, I would like to say at this stage who would win this one.
OK, with the teams coming out onto the park now, it's time to rejoin match commentator Jock Brown.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, the Aberdeen team out first, and the Rangers players now arriving. Looking closely around the sets of players, you see the damage done in the first half to Richard Gough has been patched up at half-time. They clearly had to protect that forehead injury, and that certainly has now been cushioned. He's concerned perhaps now about the sun, which is now coming over the covered terracing behind the goal, and that may cause some problems for defenders and goalkeepers alike. No changes, though, in either lineup. The Aberdeen side have in reserve Willem van der Ark and Brian Irvin, and Rangers have Ian McCall and John Brown. And there's one of the most controversial figures of the first half, the referee George Smith, coming out to start the second half. They administered 3 bookings to Robert Connor and Alec McLeish of Aberdeen and to Mark Walters of Rangers in the first half, so they'll have to be careful. So checking the watch, and the match is back underway. So McCoist going forward for Rangers. Here's Trevor Stephen and Wilkins. Stevens looking for McCoist, then goes David Robertson, and here's some space for Aberdeen to exploit with Ian Jess trying to pass towards Charlie Nicholas, and the referee has given a free kick for obstruction on Nicholas. Gary Stevens shielding his eyes against the sun. Very awkward sun for the moment for the defenders. In fact, it's not in the goalmouth area quite so much, so the goalkeepers may escape the worst of it. Chris Woods in particular. Here's Brian Grant and McKimmie. McLeish helps it on. Stuart Monroe being left to his own devices by Chris Woods. Would have told him to play the ball to safety, so a throw it is to Aberdeen. Mason turning away from Monroe, but guilty of a push to win that advantage, so a free kick is given to Rangers right on the goal line. Johnston worked tirelessly throughout that first half, and no doubt do exactly the same again in the second period. Came very close to a goal, hitting the junction of the bar and the post in the first half. Johnston to Walters. Good tackle that by McKimmie. There's Monroe. High ball beats McLeish, and McCoy's tried to set it up for Walters. Nicholas trying to hold off Butcher. He's won the ball from Ferguson, and every ways play on. Rangers look for a free kick. Here's Connor. David Robertson sprints past him. Connor comes inside using Grant. Accurate ball finds Mason. Coming in from the right is Jim Bett. This is great play from Aberdeen. And fine goalkeeping by Woods. He kept the ball in play, preventing a corner kick. Disappointing finish to that splendid move there from Jim Bett.
It was a tremendous move, marvellous play, a lovely ball by Mason. Actually, I thought Jim Bett had to knock the ball square there rather than have a go himself.
Perhaps regrets the first touch. It wasn't quite what he intended, I don't think. That's header. Connor fighting hard. Here's Nicholas. Releasing Mason. Woods again changing his mind. There's Mason. He couldn't pull the ball back across the face of the goal. Ian Jess hoping for an accurate cross. But again, the left flank of the Rangers defence opened up for Paul Mason.
Well, he really did well, Paul Mason, getting there. And, I mean, he was racing at pace, so it was a very difficult ball to turn back. But he tried to do it. As you can see, it was almost getting to the byline. Tried to turn it back and just over the crossbar. But, you know, always a threat in the match now, Paul Mason. His confidence must be high, of course, since that goal.
There's Jess screening it and turning well. Well tackled, though, by Stevens. There's Butcher. McCoist moved well to find space. Now Walters. Rangers pushing players forward now to support this attack. Walters taking on McKimmie. Here's Trevor Steven. Too much pace on the ball. Across the face of the goal. Steven couldn't keep it in. McKimmie inviting Walters to go on the outside. He checked inside, then angled that across. And just too far ahead of Trevor Steven. Breaks for Grant. Jess stands on the ball, but it's picked up there by Brian Grant. Here's Nicholas helping it on to Mason, and that'll come off. Monroe for the corner. So Aberdeen certainly starting the second half in impressive fashion. Jim Bett, a key figure in the middle of their build-up. McLeish now comes forward. Once again, every Rangers player inside his own box. Connor looping it in. Up goes David Robertson. It's back towards Grant, and the ball took too long to come down to the right height to strike it. Grant snatching at that and sending it well over the bar. So the wind has been swirling in gusts around the stadium. Now it's behind Aberdeen for the moment. It certainly helps their shooting chances around the box. McLeish playing it forward. In goes Butcher. Ferguson to Wilkins. Well, that was intended, I think, for Mark Walters. Neat play again from Mason. And from Jess. Well tackled by Butcher. Here's Jim Bett, the great chance for the cross. Trying to be accurate. There goes Connor. Back it goes to McKimmie. Back with Mason. Well, he'll regret that, all right. He took that with his left foot. It was an awkwardly spinning ball, which he fails to control here.